we going to have a recession in the United States?
As I said on Monday in a talk that I gave at the New York Economic Club, I think we're very close, if not in a recession now.
Well, Larry Fink is telling you that we could possibly be in a recession, and everybody is fear-mongering to have you sell out your 401k, sell your crypto, get out of the markets now, go buy gold, and panic sell and move and do all this emotional stress. I could tell you one thing for sure, and that is that Bitcoin's adoption is increasing at levels we've never seen before. Today, Donald Trump just made history signing the first ever crypto bill into law. But between Donald Trump signing what is possibly the most bullish possible bill we've ever seen for DeFi, across the United States, we are actively promoting and advocating for and pushing legislation to get Bitcoin strategic reserves. Here's me speaking on behalf of all American investors and entrepreneurs in the Web3 space earlier this week at Florida's Capitol.
Honorable members of the committee, thank you for allowing me to speak today. I'm here to present my support for the establishment of the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, something I believe is not only a financial innovation, but a vital necessity for the future stability and independence of our state and our citizens. America is $36 trillion in debt. Inflation continues to run rampant and eat away at the value of the dollar. Wall Street and the Federal Reserve have operated with little accountability, printing money at will, and of course, leaving the taxpayers to foot the bill. It is clear that we can't rely on the same systems that has created these problems for us to protect us from them. We need a hedge. We need a new standard. And the standard, I agree with everybody that's spoken today, is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the most powerful digital commodity ever created. It's decentralized, it's finite, it's transparent, it's secure, and most importantly, it's globally recognized now. I'm somebody that's been in the space for roughly 8 years here, and just like Sammy Arms, who spoke before me, we watched this go from, of course, $1,000 with everybody calling this nothing but a Ponzi scheme, rat poison. These are coming from Wall Street's words, not mine. And we've watched this turn into a massive investment for every single major investment institution in the world now. A Bitcoin Strategic Reserve is more than just an investment. It's a sovereign digital asset stockpile, a store of value that's immune to inflation, currency manipulation, and foreign intervention. It offers a state long-term tamper-proof reserve asset and gives taxpayers a model for protecting their own wealth against economic uncertainty. Recent geopolitical instability, whether it's from shifting U.S. leadership or foreign governments, like China dumping most recently U.S. treasuries, has made one thing clear. Our dollar and our debt are increasingly vulnerable. Even if a new administration brings near-term prosperity, manufacturing booms, or lower unemployment, the underlying fragility of our monetary system remains. Bitcoin is our hedge. It's the people's reserve. And it's the only asset in history that is both permissionless and, of course, provably scarce. States adopting a strategic Bitcoin reserve are taking a bold but necessary step. They're preparing for a future in which traditional systems continue to falter. They're creating optionality. That is the exact purpose of this bill. It's clearly an option. Building financial independence, and they're sending a clear message. The future of sound money doesn't belong to the few, it belongs to everyone, not just Wall Street. By adopting this reserve, Florida would not only be protecting the balance sheet, it would be leading a national movement, a movement towards transparency, sovereignty, and generational responsibility. This isn't about politics. It's about prudence. It's about giving the next generation a fighting chance at what we call the American dream. So I urge this council to take a serious look at our national debt, our fiscal and monetary trajectory, and the tools available to us. Let us be clear-eyed about where we are and courageous about where we need to go. The Bitcoin Strategic Reserve isn't just a financial policy, it's a safeguard for the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, that bill passed unanimously through the House committee, which means we're more or less going to see this approach the Senate in September later this year. And every state is lining up to do so. We have gotten nonstop phone calls about how can people get involved in either lobbying and helping push, donating, etc. How can they get these bills pushed through our state? It's going to happen. And if you're confused on what that might mean for Bitcoin's price action in the long term, here is Bitwise speaking on the very matter.
So currently we are seeing the on-exchange balances of Bitcoin, the lowest, I think, going back to 2018. So this is like going back for many, many years now. The balances for Bitcoin on exchange have never been this low. And what that signals is that there's a lack of sellers on the market. So people will move from cold storage to exchange when they're ready to sell their Bitcoin. And if the exchanges are showing low balances, that means that we have few sellers in the market, and that will come into play and become very interesting once there is a rise and the buyers come back into the market for Bitcoin. My prediction, and of course I don't have a crystal ball and I don't know, and this isn't investment advice, but my feeling is that when it does start to move back up again, it's going to jump. Because there simply aren't any sellers. And if people are bidding and trying to buy and there aren't sellers in the market, they're going to just keep, offering higher and higher prices to buy the Bitcoin that they want. And so I expect that it'll gap up quite significantly when it does start to rise again in the future.
Now, Bitcoin does look like it wants to break out. But rather than speculating on the price action over the next 2 months or 6 months or 4 years, what's important is to be optimistic about this industry. There is no supply for Bitcoin available. And every single day, there is people like myself, Samuel Arms, and of course, shout out to Representative Barnaby, who is the one that sponsored the bill and got it through the committee. Every politician on a bipartisan scale, it doesn't matter what your beliefs are, whether you're Republican, whether you're Democrat, whether you're liberal, whether you're a communist, everybody is on the same side here looking to advance Bitcoin and crypto in the United States of America. And as soon as one state starts buying Bitcoin, it is a domino effect. If the United States starts buying Bitcoin, there is going to be way more purchasing power than sellers in this market. So whether you believe Bitcoin or not is going to go to 250K or 300K, we know for a fact that demand is coming at levels we have never seen before. It is why, if you guys are somebody that is panicking over the short-term time frame of these markets, I get it. It's volatile. It's hard. It is confusing. It's emotional. Black Monday, Jim Cramer telling us that we're going to go to zero in just a few days. Ackman saying we're going to have the worst economic crash ever. Peter Schiff saying that, Bitcoin's going to go to zero. They've all been wrong for the last 15 years, and they're going to continue to be wrong. And if you're somebody that's running for the hills rather than digging your heels in and starting to research and allocate DCA when markets are down 30, 40%, etc., you're going to miss out on the greatest wealth transfer in history.